Hello. Today's a yes. Uh, not barely, but only slightly still. Yeah. Today I went to work. I worked, I came back home, and then I just kind of did the old time wasty routine. Played a bunch of Hollow Knight. Uh, None of the recording stuff, just my save file. I didn't draw, I didn't read, I didn't make any more Deltarune videos, which I want to get through so I can get started on Silksong. Maybe once I finish up Silksong, I will move on to uh, I'll go back to Hollow Knight, right? Remember when I said Deltarune was going to be a little brief break from Hollow Knight? Yeah, I don't think that's going to be the case. I'm changing my mind about that. Hollow Knight, for better or worse, is on a more permanent pause right now because the Pantheon is a lot to get through, and I'm not feeling like it at the moment. Not with Silksong out, and all I have to do is get through all my Deltarune videos before I start it. That'll be the next series, I guess, after Deltarune. But no, yeah, I played some Hollow Knight. I'm just kind of completing stuff that I didn't complete yet because I only got the right. I don't think I told you about this. In Hollow Knight, uh I played to the point where I've gotten the second and third of 5 endings. Now 4 and 5 endings have to do with God Home. You have to finish the Pantheon and stuff like that. And the first ending you do before you complete some story elements in game. And it's not the worst ending, but it's the second worst, if you ask me. But yeah, it's the first ending, and I just finished that yesterday. I got the first ending for myself, and now I've done that. I got that achievement. As much of an achievement as that is, I don't know, we're still talking about Hollow Knight. So I played Hollow Knight and had dinner, scrolled through Instagram for a while. Yeah, lots of wasty time today. But then I actually focused up and wrote for 20 minutes. 20 whole minutes. Woohoo! No, I'm not all that satisfied with that, but the momentum is continuing. Maybe tomorrow I'll get to it. I've gotta maintain that can-do mindset, that energy remembrance, I guess. I don't know, just reinforce myself with mental focus, strengthen my will. I'm sure I can do it. I'm sure I will make it there. I also had a fun thought after watching Solo Leveling recently and seeing that he was given the One Punch Man exercises for his daily strength training. Is you have to do 100 push-ups, sit-ups, squats a day, and a 10-kilometer run, right? Well, here's what I was thinking, right? I'm not exactly in fit shape, but I'm not obese. I'm actually quite skinny, with the exception of my belly that sticks out a bit. So, on the note of my fitness, I'm not a gym fan. I don't live close enough to any gym to make a trip to the gym worth it. So I'm thinking I'll just take upon some daily strength exercises of my own. Except it's not going to be a daily thing. It's more going to be I can't shave my scrappy face until I've done at least 1,000 push-ups within the shaves. And I think if I actually give it some dedication and focus, I could manage 100 or more push-ups in a day. with little to no problem. It would just, well, of course, it would make me sore because, like, I don't do them regularly already. But every now and again, I get back down on the ground and I see how much I'm capable of before I have to rest. And it's usually like 12 to 20 before I have to rest. Then after a short rest, I can just get back up on it again. So if I can do 12 to 20 in, like, one little speed push-up sesh, then 100 in a day shouldn't be that hard. It'll get harder as I go, but still. So just push-ups. I wasn't focusing on like the squats or sit-ups. I think sit-ups would benefit me the most, really, because of my mentioned belly. So I'm thinking, like, I'm no fitness guru. I don't know any all too much about how exercising affects your body, but I know a lot of people say it feels good. So I think I should do sit-ups regularly as well, so that I can try to burn off some belly fat. Just because it doesn't feel nice to be sitting here and have my belly just hanging out like that. Skinny as I am, it makes me look like humans refuted the SCP. Tall, lanky skin, and a big old belly. That's enough of my ruminating on that. That's how today went. Tomorrow's going to go a little differently because I have a double shift of work tomorrow. First shift starts a little bit later, and that's okay. But it's still an early shift. Or not an early shift, but a day shift. It's going to be a short day shift and a short night shift. I'm going to have an hour break in between. During that hour break, I plan on reading. I started a new book recently. In fact, I think I started it last night. I got like 4 chapters in. So that much is fun. Don't know if I should mention the name. It's a popular book. Popular in what crowds, I'm not sure of. I just know my sister likes it, and she was excited when I said I would be willing to read it. And so far, it's interesting. I mean, 4 chapters in, and it's already, it's got me scratching my chin a little bit. But, that's it. It's called The Glass Castle, I think. Glass Throne. The Throne of Glass. That's it. I'm starting that series. I heard it's only a few books, like 4 books long-ish. I don't know. Maybe it's longer than that, based on me. But yeah, I'll probably read the whole series, and I might change series midway through because, like, I read and finished book 1 of Game of Thrones, and just as I was feeling like, oh, maybe I could go back into book 2 of Game of Thrones, I was like, no, I said I was going to read this next, so I started that. So yeah, I might read this one and then go to Game of Thrones. It is what it is. I don't know what I'll do. Depends on how good this book is, I guess. If it's good enough, then the next 3 books or so of the series will probably go quickly. I can fixate on a book real easily if it's good. If it grips me. But yeah, tomorrow I'll probably read between shifts, and after my second shift, I'll probably try to get some writing done before bed. Might even try to get that next Deltarune video out. Who knows? But that's the same tomorrow. So here's the dog. There's little Siren. He's resting as one of his little upside down poses. See his chew toys there, and the paper towels that were in there last night are now outside of his kennel and set aside. But yeah, ever the adorable pupper. Sleepy tired. That's everything. Thank you all so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Share with me your thoughts in the comment section below, and share me with your friends, family, or anyone else that you think might be interested in my content. Please help me expand my channel. I'd very much appreciate it. Good night.